Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 233rd episode of our first run through Book of Hours, playing as the artist, our first run through YouTube. So today this season has largely been about restoring a lot of our persistent memories. We're almost done that, so there isn't actually going to be that much for us to do. However, I can also make my life a little bit easier. What I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to start making one of the necessary steps for... Nope, not that one. Yeah, we need a winning move, so loss... There we go. So this is okay to do because we now have enough time overnight that this will be ready first thing in the morning for us. And in fact, I can do the same thing with Lantern. If we take my Faust, we'll take Disciplines of the Scar, so we need an old moment, or for the old moment, we need any old memory. So recall something lost, something scale aspected. So these are going to be sort of the prerequisites for the Earthquake name and the Invincible Audacity. Now I should have a Forbidden Epic coming reasonably soon as well. The Turquoise Hand, a calligraphic manual of Ramsund, which employs as exemplar text Farid Uddin's Conference of the Birds. This book houses a Numen, a truth so powerful it can perhaps believe itself. At noon, the sun moves like the beating of a wing. At sunset, he sends the herald child with her candle. At midnight, he sends the wind that extinguishes the candle flame. Commentary, illustrations, and interleavings carry revelations never intended in the original, a sense of history and the senses of histories. That old lost music. In the right histories, every song ever sung still lingers in wind and echo, untouched by the demands of eternity. Any librarian can use this to establish a history and complete the game, but the Simmergist and the Magnate can win a particular victory. I wonder, actually, this isn't the smartest move I've... No, actually, yes, I used the wrong desk, so the Solace is forfeit. And I'm going to speed things up a little bit just because I have Moth's Gift or mine. I'm willing to speed things up a little bit here just because we want to get to that point that Oriflammes gives us an offer. Okay. Let's get the Storm right away. That's probably overkill, but you never know. And I'm actually going to talk with the Stimfling before Mrs. Kill. So offer this beast my company, who knows, perhaps it will offer something in return. Keep forgetting to check the beach. Although, you know, the need for the beach is not quite what it was before. Okay, sunny day. That'll actually help me with the wind and waiting. Alright, the Colonel's lessons and the Lionsmith's lessons have been unkindly and reductively rendered as stab versus thump. The attentions of the hours is drawn to the bloodiest wars. Afterwards, the histories are braided like hair. Thread parts, the weave is empty, the skies cry out. Actually, yeah, the extra sunny won't make a difference here. We just need to wait for the Okay, there we go. So with keeper level edge, a winning move is a precursor to an invincible audacity. And with keeper level scale, not lantern, an old moment can lead to an earthquake name. So winning move, those who have studied the hours of the edge often say that the world is a war, the chorality. Every event that might happen differently is a battle in that war, a contention between alternate outcomes. The wisdoms can sometimes show those battles might be won. An old moment, you've had them too, those moments when we seem to look out at the world through another's eyes. What if those moments were real? Okay. Oh dear. I hit the wrong button. There's no good way around this. I actually don't quite like this ordering, but I will be able to recover it without too much trouble. Okay. I don't know, I like to keep the languages separate. I've carried a memory like a flambeau safe through the mazes of night. All right. So first things first, let's try and get that wind in waiting. So it's definitely complicated by the furs and feathers, but let's see. So the old lost music. Yeah. So I need 2 more. Now, if there's one of these takes a tool, but they don't, so I think I'm going to have to give up the Daidumos in this case. Unless I have a higher... Maybe what I'll do before I fully sacrifice it. Definitely need the Mazarine Fife. I'll take a quick second just to audit my my sky aspect. So like this is a perfect example here, right? 18 is just too much. Yeah, Glacierian Lightsmithing, I'm not expecting too much. I imagine Applebright Euphonies, yeah. I think we already did Sacrolamea, but yeah. Strings and song. Oh, okay, there you go. Now this is interesting. So if I can somehow find... Oh, yeah, no, there's an easy answer to this. We just take the other sky item. There we go. Or alternatively, we use that old lost music because that was the whole reason why we brought that here. Sekiro wins promise from the sky. Okay, so sorry about the floundering around on that. We have got... Okay, then now's not a bad time for me to double check this. So Old Wound, check. Enduring Reflection, check. Ascendant Harmony, check. Hive's Lament, check. Curious Hunch is now part of the list. Wormwood Dream, check. Horizon Sight, on its way, so I'm going to give that a check. Didumos, check. Invincible Audacity, not yet. Wind in Waiting, on its way, check. Forbidden Epic, check. Earthquake Name, on its way. So we're in good shape. I may need to... Well, let's see what we can do here. So we'll use the Arab Plus. Winning Move. Now, Disciplines of the Scar won't cover this for me, so I think I'm left... Sickle and Eclipse might work, though. Nope. Okay. So I might have to rely on Hammer Time after all. Yeah, so I need 2 Edge. Well, and that's after this extra Arab. So I suppose one thing I can do here is add this one, but we still need a memory with an Edge. So in this case, the Old Wound actually makes sense to use. And that's just because I've got the free Edicts Martial, so we use that at a desk, and I just don't think about it again. So finally, we try and make the Earthquake Name. So we'll do that in one of the nice scaly spots. So the Old Moment, we will add Health. I think Hill and Hollow does the trick. Yes, it does. But I need a considerable amount of scale in this case. So perhaps we do the Earth Sign and then another Health. Okay. And then that has an easy fix where I just read the... I just read one of the scale books again. Okay, so I believe that puts me in a good spot for... Oh, there we go. And now it suggests a meal would be welcome. So we have no shortage of eggs. We can use metal in this case. Satisfy this creature's appetite. Food will make a hungry beast or a wild one cooperative. Contraband Flotsam. Now my inventory is completely full, so this is going to be a little tricky to manage. Again, we'll keep going to Crowcross Sands. Oh, oh dear. Okay, yes, because some of these were away. I hope I can do this without too many... problems. I think we'll make the rest of that sort itself out. Alright, Wrapped in the King. Detailed accounts of secret bacchanals and ecstatic dances observed in necropolises and graveyards in southern Europe, in Egypt, and in Anatolia. The author is a self-confessed ghoul, an eater of buried flesh. He claims to have witnessed the dances while at his feasting. The dances draw from the traditions of the mysteries of the cults of Isis and of Sybil, but include both symbolic and literal flayings, and the human heart is always central in the rites. The author punctuates his accounts with queasily sensuous descriptions of his own interrupted feasts. At these greater feasts, a black pig is always crowned as king before its slaying. On this occasion, its heart was weighed in the balance against a knot of feathers, and its skin became a cape for the officiant. Its flesh was left for the crows, but I must confess my interest was not in its carcass, but in the perfumed flesh of the milliner laid fresh in the earth. Move gingerly while the pain lasts. A full belly makes a helpful friend. The beastie is now inclined to cooperate. So I don't think we'll need to keep talking with Mrs. Kill for today, but just in case. What ship lost this? Again, this is an inconvenient one to hang on to. Okay, the Colonel's lessons and the Lionsmith's lessons have been unkindly and reductively rendered as stab versus thump. In general, when I make the right choice... a general says, when I make the right choice, I win. And Illuminate says, when I win, I determine which choice was the right one. Natalie Brulot. Possibly Natalia Brulot, depending on whether or not that is a typo. One last pipe shrill, and the wind is still. When the sun was redder, when the world was softer, and the 30 ruled the sky, the winds were better neighbors. And speak half a syllable and feel the beast stir half a coil. Everything comes when it is called, even the nightmares that trouble stone's deep sleep. Okay, now I know I just did this, but I want to double check that I am full up. So we have the Old Wound, we have the Enduring Reflection, we have the Ascendant Harmony, we have the Hive's Lament, we have a Curious Hunch, we have a Wormwood Dream, we have a Horizon Sight, we have a Didymos, we have an Invincible Audacity now, we have a Wind in Waiting, we have a Forbidden Epic, we have an Earthquake Name, we have an Earth Sign, and we have an Occult Scrap. So I'm going to just take a quick minute here and arrange these. So Hive's Lament, Ascendant Harmony, Wind in Waiting, and Didymos. And we can say an Occult Scrap, an Enduring Reflection, and Horizon Sight, and a Curious Hunch, an Earth Sign and an Earthquake Name, and then finally an Old Wound. Okay, and then this will be a space for a Newman. Sea stream salt snared stuff. So mackerel's nice. I think I'm just going to leave the beach for now. I think our aim right now is to get to... I think we want to get to the point where we have... the Oriflamme's order coming in. Night has fallen, dawn will come soon, so again, we want to be very careful with this many-faceted lesson. I should also take the time to sort out my... That's not so bad, actually. Right, memories fade, assistance departs, but the soul is refreshed. All right, Oriflamme's established 1776, Sense, Signs, Sciences. Dear librarian, we would like to offer you this opportunity to purchase An Impertinent Vitulation, a book of kitchen garden techniques and aphrodisiac recipes recorded by Ernestine Peterhans, the Iron Sunshell of Hush House for 3 generations of De Wolfs. So the drawback here is that this is a 6 mystery grail with leaves and thorns. So in practice, I think this is only going to wind up giving me 1 lesson learned. Now, this makes... I have a slightly awkward a slightly awkward observation to make. I'm looking at the time. We've got about 10 minutes left for the episode here. So here's what I think I am going to do for a certain secret. And part of this is because this will give me a little bit of an advantage, and part of it is I really debated about showing this, and I decided that in the end this is kind of fun, especially because we're so close to the expansion, and then after the expansion that Weather Factory will be going on to the next game. And I figure it might be kind of fun to show this off. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be showing off a secret in the game, and it's not a particularly, like, it's not like nobody has seen this. However, unless you are, like, going out of your way to learn about all of the secrets of the game, or, you're reading the wiki in considerable detail rather than just looking for things on your own, it's possible that you haven't run into this yet. So my deal is this. I am going to be... I'm going to unlock this stuff in the episode, and my commitment here is that if there is any text that I'm going to be reading, like, let's say, the impertinent vitulation, I will say that this is a... this is going to be something that I read the text of, whether I read it today or whether I just wait to read it tomorrow. The text that I get will be something that I read in a future episode. But what I am going to do is I'm actually going to show a few secrets that are in Hush House that I've kind of been sitting on for quite some time. And I want to give people a chance to say, okay, you know what, I'm out. I want to see this stuff for me. This concerns sort of secret passages in the house. And so with that in mind, this will be the time where I can say, if you want to find that sort of stuff on your own, now would be a good time to go to the next episode, because the remainder of this is going to potentially show you the locations of these things. So, final warning, I'm about to start showing you. So for those of you who are left, you will sometimes notice, if you look very close at in Hush House, there are actually some locations that sort of seem to be a little off color, or otherwise don't quite fit, right? Kind of looks like there's a loose stone here. That's exactly what that is. Gervanite, an alloy equivalent in some respect to the clockmaker's Invar, but instead of constant weight, it retains the same origin in every history. So the nice thing is these close again, so anybody who wants this to be a secret, the sharp-eyed will probably notice that there's a Gervanite sitting here, but I figured, it's a nice little way of indicating that something has changed, but we don't necessarily have to show how. So the first one I found was not actually that one. But there was a screenshot way back when, I'm pretty sure this is when these were added, but there are secret panels in the Westcott room. And there's a drink which was shown, I think it's this panel. Yeah, there we go. So it was a screenshot that the developers put out once upon a time to show the wine. So Black Dove wine, a bottle of extraordinary age, a modest slosh of dark, heavily sedimented liquid behind a grimy glass. Just how old is this? Might it still be drinkable? This wine cannot be served into glasses. Drink it, gift it, or keep it. So 4 nectar, 4 grail, 4 heart, 4 moon. That Collar's room. But the one I've been most looking forward to is the one in the librarian's quarters. So we've actually been sitting on a book this whole time. The Journal of Sir David Green, 1903. a confidential journal kept by Green, former Nocturnal Branch Superintendent, but by 1903 librarian of Hush House. Green has kept his journal in Hyksos, presumably as an extra measure of privacy. So this will give us sharps, and it's 14 edge, so it will actually give us quite a bit in terms of sharps. So I'm just going to put this on the table. There we go. So the reasons why these are important is that this is now going to give me an idea in terms of what I can level up, like what skills I can realistically level up, right? So for Leaves and Thorns, we know that that is, we don't know, but I believe it is a Nectar and Grail. It is. So we have one Nectar and Grail, and then with Sharps, we're going to have a Moon and Edge. So basically, that's 3 lessons that we're going to be able to put into sort of my overall plan. And this is important because I'm going to, at some point, I'm going to need to decide what I'm going to need to decide what what skills I try to level up in Numa. So let's get reading. Feels appropriate to use the Vagabond desk for this one, although I may need to supplement my abilities. So Disciplines of the Scar will give me a bunch of edge. Okay, nope, Edge of Conquest. I can master this mystery, enough edge to match mystery edge. And then, of course, we need to wait for the auction. I've carried a memory like a flambeau safe through the mazes of night. This will complete once dawn has come. So today is going to be the day that we use the many-faceted lesson. Although what I should be doing at this point is actually working out exactly what memories I generate. You know, I actually think I'm going to need to plan a few things out here. So I'm sorry to sort of end this abruptly, but I'm going to, I think I'm actually going to end this one a little bit early, and it's just because I did promise I was going to be reading the text in the at the start of the next episode anyway, but I'm actually going to need to work out a bit of a plan for myself with this new information, because I didn't know what I was going to be getting with the impertinent vitulation. So, yeah, I mean, we're not ending that much earlier anyway, but the plan for moving forward. So we are going to level up the remaining skills that I can with the three lessons that I'll be getting. Technically 4, because of course we have the lesson of many facets. I will then do whatever final prep I can for Numa. And then we will kind of crash into Numa. Again, it'll be a little funny to waste so much time over spring, but there's only so much time we have there's only so much we can do to get this done. So I think really we're going to want to move rather quickly into that season. So I think we may actually also have a couple of episodes that go a bit longer, just as I take a look at the kind of the schedule and my plans for the next little while. So I will thank you all for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Take care.